About to hit the gym. About to do a leg day. But one thing I want to talk about before I get my leg day in. Shout out, I guess, to bodybuilding.com. They don't need no shout out from me though. But anyway, before I go in the gym, get this leg day in, I get a lot of questions, and a lot of my clients are trying to build booties, and that's what I love to do. I love to help, grow the booty wealth of the world. It's my favorite piece. It's the gluteus maximus. So one thing that a lot of women and guys or whatever are missing out on is that your glute growth or your booty growth is directly related to your hip flexors and your hip flexor strength. So basically, just like your bicep and your tricep have opposing actions, right? So my bicep flexes, my tricep extends, your glutes extend and your hip flexors flex, right? They pull the knee up. So your ability to fire off your glutes is going to be related to your ability to pull your knee up. So if you notice, a lot of people with flat asses probably can't touch their toes, right? So they actually, that has not just to do with the tightness in their hamstrings or in their back, but it also has to do with the ability of the hip flexor to flex and pull that waist down to the body. So the stronger you can pull your waist down to your body, the stronger you can extend, right? Hence, a lot of yoga girls have nice booties. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go in the gym. I'm gonna show y'all some exercises for opening up those hips, stretching out those hamstrings, getting those hip flexors to activate, and then getting those glutes to activate better. Check back in with you. Here I am at my little LA Fitness. Used to be 24, but they got bought out. So I'm rolling out right now my hip flexors. Right? It's about to be a crazy squat day. All right. Now I do this so I can get depth. Most people, I want them to do this so that they can activate their glutes. Okay. Again, so my hip flexors, pull my knees up and back. My glutes extend. All right, so what I'm doing, I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take this foam roller. All right, I'm going to put it right into my hip socket. Lay down on it. Roll down my hip flexors. So all this does is helps me open up those hip flexors, get those muscle fibers, breaks down the fascia around them, increases the blood flow. It's going to help me activate those hips and pull myself down deeper into a squat. Alright? And the deeper I can get in my squat, the better glute activation I get. Alright? I'm going to play around with it. Open up. I'm going to turn my knee out. Open up my hip a little bit more. Get a little bit deeper right inside of my iliac crest. It's your hip bone basically. And just open that bad boy out. Sometimes I might do a little bit of extension right here. Activate my glute. Stretch out my hip flexion. And you'll feel it. If you do this, you'll feel glutes start to activate. And if your low back is getting tight and activating more, you know you got core glute activation and you got super tight hip flexors. Alright, coming back at y'all with some more exercises. Go ahead and activate those hip flexors. Again, this is going to help me get in depth in my squat and activate my glutes. It's time to do it. You can actually feel the stretch right down here as you pull up. With your glutes, your glute activation. So like if you're doing hip thrusts or if you're doing squats and you're really focusing on getting depth, go ahead and throw that in there on your rest periods. All right. All right, so here we are, pretty much in the same position as we were before, laying down on that foam roller. But this time, as you can see, I'm bringing one leg up, bringing my opposite hand to that foot. What this does is my body works kind of like in an X pattern. So as I'm moving my left arm and bringing up my right leg, it's connecting my basically my pec and my hip flexor. So my pec is contracting my arm, my hip flexor is contracting my legs. It's priming my body for a squat. Okay, now here we go. We're moving into that squat. All right, I'm trying to get depth here, but I'm trying to maintain a good spinal position. And so I'm really keeping my abdominals super tight, trying to get in touch with my core or bantanas, and make sure that I pull down into the squat, keeping my chest up the whole way through. I'm doing a high bar position, so I have a tendency to tilt forward. And so I'm trying to tilt forward a whole lot less here. Just did a few reps. I think I did 10 sets of 10 today. Stepped up. Now here we go. This is like pure hip flexor activation. What I'm doing is my quads also support hip flexion along with my psoas muscle. And so what I'm doing is I'm just pulling my knees up and then extending through my legs, trying to, again, strengthen those hip flexors. At the same time, it allows my body to actively stretch those hamstrings. I love this exercise, not just for my abs, but to go ahead and get that good integration going. You notice I do alternating, I do doubles. Now I'm doing doubles with a wide, more similar to what my squat position is. I'm trying to maintain as straight a back as possible. You can attach bands to this, and you'll see later that I do use kettlebells and pull those up and through. Good. And then trying to finish in the squat. Gotta work on keeping my back straight. So here I am using the kettlebells. Had a whole lot of problems trying to lock those bad boys up. There we go. There's that wide squat, pulling up and through with the kettlebells. Till failure. I suggest lighter kettlebells. The lightest we have is 20s at the gym, so I was just using the 20s, which is probably a little bit too heavy for me. See, right there, I gotta stop. All right, one more set. This is it. Thank you guys for watching Upcoming Fitness TV. Right here, I'm doing my running. Again, I told you it's good for turnover. So I'm just gonna practice and pulling those knees up. Again, trying to keep my core nice and tight as I pull my knees up and through. Higher I can get my knees, the more air time I can get, the better I'm going to be able to push over.